receive it. If you think it and believe it and you speak it. If you think it and believe it and decree it. Power mouth.
Hey Power Mouths, this is your personal life speaker, Glenna Oyajo, host of Power Mouth, your motivational platform that believes in speaking life to enrich life. I'm a wife, a mother, the daughter of the Most High. I'm also a life coach, motivational speaker, aka life speaker, as well as an author of self-help motivational books that are purposed to progress anyone who is committed to change. I am a top graduate in international business studies and a first-class encourager to all who needs encouragement. I am Power Mouth. Blessings to you, Power Mouth family. I hope you are doing extremely well, and I'm thanking you for coming and chilling with me, your personal life speaker, Glenna Oyajo, on Speaking More Life podcast. How have you been? I am doing well, and I pray that you are blessed. All right, so today's topic is titled, I like to do my drum roll. It is titled, I'm Really Not Okay. All right, why have I decided to come with this topic? Well, how many of us have said ourselves or in asking other people, how are you? And the instant reply comes back, whether it's from ourselves because we've been asked, or we're asking somebody and they're answering us, I'm fine, I'm well, I'm good, I'm doing really well. But really, that's not the case. Now, I don't believe that we should go around speaking our whole business to everybody, but I do believe that we have to recognize when things are not quite so well with us. I would hope that, if we found ourselves, or if anybody out there, you're finding yourself in a situation, a desperate situation, and you really need to speak to somebody. I mean, it just goes way beyond like the everyday things that can happen that kind of throw you off. Like, you could be going through something that is really quite traumatizing for you. I would really pray and hope that you do have somebody that you could trust and that you could talk to, and that you would talk to, that you would trust and speak to, just to get some of that burden off, lift some of that burden off you. And if not, I do believe that if anybody is going through something that is really affecting their daily life, day in and day out, in a real big way, that you should go and seek professional help. You should go and speak to somebody, because not everybody has close confidence, relatives, friends around, or not everybody is in that trusting phase with people that they are familiar with, and may even find it more easier to open up to a stranger. So please, if you do find yourself in this situation where things are just way too much for you, then I would suggest that you seek professional help. Okay, so in saying that we are okay when we are asked a question, we know that it's a polite way of entertaining a conversation, that maybe, if we be truthful, we're kind of trying to keep it short and snappy, or short, not snappy, because we're nice. We're nice when we speak, we're not snapping at anybody, but we just want to keep it short. Okay. because it might just be on passing by, and we know that we live in a fast world, and most people have got a lot of things that they need to be getting on with. So that answer comes out so naturally, saying, yes, I'm fine, I'm well. When the reality is that that person may not be doing so well. They maybe have all kind of things going on with their emotions. But you would never know. I would never know. Because like I said, I think we all are really great at saying, yeah, I'm cool, I'm fine. And that's just how it goes, I believe. Like I said, when you're out on road, it's not the best kind of ideal place to be going into a whole lot of things, and especially with a person that might not be the right person to get into things with. But what about when it comes to our loved ones, our family, our spouses, those that we see on a daily basis that we live with, our children? What about when they ask a question? Or when we ask a question? And may I just say, it is so important to make sure you check in with your family members as well and ask them the question, not because you see them every day and you're familiar with them, that you don't say, oh, how was your day? How are things with you? Is anything that's going on in your life? Those questions are so important, and they may not open up, and they might not say what took place in their day. They may have had an argument that day. They may have had, I don't know, disagreement, whatever, that day. But just by asking that question, are you okay? How was your day? That will help to kind of relieve some of that tension that they may have been feeling previously. But because the love was shown to them in inquiring about their feelings and about their day, then it has helped them to kind of just release all of that contention, I guess, or whatever negative feelings that they were feeling, maybe from the workplace or from school or from a car penalty fine that came through the door, So I believe that, we should feel comfortable to open up to our families. Again, maybe it's not every time you're going to just go into one and say how you're really feeling. But I believe that if we are living with our loved ones, our spouses, our children, our siblings, or we can pick up the phone and speak to them and everything. I believe that being transparent is good. It's good for our health, and vice versa. For when we ask that same question to our family, it's good for them just to take a deep breath and just to get into it and just, really be transparent and say how they are feeling in that moment. Because like I said, again, it can help to release a lot of tension that may be felt at that point, at that time in their lives. The reality is, though, that quite a few people, they don't open up to their family members. They just say, yeah, I'm cool, I'm fine. And then they just go about their business. Now, this could be due to a lack of communication, which I feel that does play heavily in it. And that's why communicating, especially with our loved ones, those within our proximity, within our surroundings, is really, really crucial, really important. Because, when you have a good standard of communication, then when asked questions such as that, you're not just going to get the default answer, which is, I'm fine, I'm okay. and then the person just go on about their business or go straight up to their room. I feel like, you know, we have to, as family members, as loved ones, friends, we have to take the time out to really say, you know what, can we just take a little bit of time out, and can I really just hear how you're feeling? Can we just talk? Can I just hear how you're really feeling? Because I just really don't believe that somebody can be okay 365 days of the year, you know? And I believe that we should have these transparent, authentic conversations. So for me, you know, communication has played such a key practice within my life, because about a month, I would say a month and a half ago, I lost one of my good friends, you know. Yeah, lost my good friend. Very unexpected, very unexpected. It came as a great shock, and before I know it, I was at, you know, my friend's funeral, seeing them being laid to rest within a short span of time. So it was a great shock to my system. But I do believe that I am able to function well today, function how I am, even after that short time. Don't get me wrong, it still pains me. But the difference between me being wrapped up in depression or wrapped up and overtaken in sorrow, although my heart does hurt because I have lost such a good friend, and this is a friend from my childhood days. We used to roll together, so we were good friends. It wasn't just anybody. She was a good friend. But like I said, for me to be strengthened and to keep strengthened is a lot to do with my open communication and being able to be open to my family. I live with my husband and my children, so, you know, they knew what was going on. And obviously in the, I would say, the raw days, remember, this is only a month and a half back, and still I can't even believe, you know, the strength that I feel within myself. But as I said, I believe it's down to good communication, and also, you know me, prayer and transparency to my family, and also to God, because it was a shock for me. I had to go to God and say, Lord, this is a bit too much right now. That was my really good friend. I mean, she was a good friend. They were a good friend, you know. And so I was comforted by that. And, you know, a lot of praying and a lot of love and tender love and care for my family as well. And them not overdoing things or overcrowding me, whatever, but just giving me my space as well, and being supportive in that way, and still asking me how I feel, even though they know that I'm not really feeling the best, but giving me the opportunity to just say, you know what, today really is not a great day. I can't believe that this has taken place and that I will not see my friend anymore. And so I'm telling you, communication, I mean, when there's no communication, things break down, relationship breaks down. And I believe a person's mental state can also break down when there's no communication. So this is the point that I'm trying to make, how important communication is. And that it doesn't matter if you see a person day in and day out, take the time out and ask them, how are you? How was your day? And is there anything that you would or got to say that would make you feel better? Is there anything that you would like to release to make you feel better? Like I was saying, I really don't know what I would do or how I would be feeling even now if I didn't feel comfortable in opening up, and didn't receive that kind of, safe space to do so as well. And I feel strong within my process of healing. Another thing that I just wanted to kind of touch on was, you know, obviously when being asked how we are feeling, the other person's reaction has so much to do with it as well, because they might not be expecting the answer that they're going to get, and so in that, for them not to be judgmental or to kind of make a person feel as though they're silly or make them feel little because of what they are saying is affecting them, which may seem small to the other person. But I'm telling you something, if somebody is going through something, that problem to them may appear much to them, may appear bigger to them, and shouldn't be ridiculed or looked down or frowned upon, in no way, shape or form, because right then and there you just kill the trust. You kill the trust and you kind of stop them from coming back again and saying something that may be really, in the grand scheme of things, major, that they would really need to get off their chest. So I believe our reactions, our actions are very key. If we're asking a question and we're asking it out of love, then let us show the love. Okay? Before any of us can get to that stage of like opening up to anyone, we have to realize ourselves, we have to reflect and realize what we are going through. And then I guess in speaking to somebody, that is the reaction or the action that we take, right? Yes, Glenna's 3 R's, they are coming back up again because they really, they really are beneficial. We all need to take time out and reflect on the state of our lives, the state of our well-being, the state of our minds, and just realize, where we are at that point, what position that we're standing in. In fact, sometimes we're not even standing. We're so weak. We're to the floor. So to realize the position that we're in, and then think about what the reaction is going to be towards that position. If it's a position of defeat, how are we going to be strengthened and overcome? These are the things that we need to think about. Even if our norm isn't to go out and speak to people and let them know our business, I believe that we should be able to speak to ourselves. Yes. Gone are the days when, a good few years back, you spoke to yourself or had a conversation with yourself and the men in the white jacket would come and cart you away. Okay, I believe that we are living within a society where they are more acceptable, or they accept, shall I say, one speaking to themselves, encouraging themselves, motivating themselves, and just genuinely knowing and realizing that they are not themselves, or not acting, or not functioning in the way that they usually function. In fact, they're functioning on a lower level, but yet they are able to realize that, hey, something is going a bit amiss here and I need to see more to myself. So I really do believe that, we have to, this is so important to realize when things are going downhill so it doesn't spiral out of control, And I would also say that I believe that we should consider speaking to somebody that we do trust. And I'm not saying to go in and say the whole of your business and your deep dark secrets and everything, but you know what, you can go and say to somebody, approach somebody, a family member, I don't know, somebody. You will know who you trust. You will know who is there for you. Okay, and just say to them, you know what, without going into too much information, I'm not really feeling great right now, got a few things going on. Could you lift me up in prayer? Could you hold me up in prayer? Or, could you check in on me? Could you just phone me a bit more regularly, just for a time, just till I feel strengthened, because at this moment I'm feeling a little weak and I could just do with a little more encouragement. I also really do believe that we need to be having these conversations with our loved ones within our homes. Sometimes it can be like two ships sailing by each other in the night. I don't know, there's a saying or whatever about that. But what I'm trying to say is, you could get okay, so take for example a couple that live in a house, and one might do night shift, one does day shift, whatever. At some point they meet within their home that they share together, only to say, hi, how are you? Grunt at each other, hello, and then and eat some food, and then they're sleeping again, and then the next day comes, one of them still sleeping because they've got to sleep until they wake up for their later shift, but the other one has to be up really early, and it goes on like a cycle. We need to be intentional about making time. I really hope that that's not how it is in some homes, but I have a feeling that that probably is how it goes. And if that is the case, I'm telling you, communication, our relationships are so important. Communicating with each other and being intentional about our communication with each other, and to check in with each other, even if the times are slightly off. And also, please book yourself some time off so you can connect with each other, with the person who you're saying you're spending the rest of your life with the person that you've created a family with. Spend some time together. That goes even with your siblings, with your parents, those that you had spent time with at one point within the same household. You got the same blood flowing through your veins. You need to take the time out. Take the time out. Okay, so I'm getting really excited here. I guess you can see that, this topic is important to me. It really is, because then how can anyone progress if they're stuck in their feelings and they're stuck in their emotions? Now, as I've said before, and I believe I said it at the start of this podcast, that we all have our down days. We really do. If I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. We have down days, but it's about getting ourselves out of it, and not living in it. But then life can come and they can throw some curveballs. Okay, major things can happen in life. I did speak about what happened within my life with my good friend passing away just a month and a half ago, unexpectedly. Like I said, I could have easily, up to this day and way beyond, be in a state where I'm not even able to communicate with you all. But because I am strengthened because of the love and the care and the open communication and the transparency that has happened, I am able to function well, and I still feel strengthened within my body, even during this healing time. And yeah, missing my friend. So I encourage each and every one of us that, yes, some things, you have your right to keep some things to yourself, but there are some things that have to be released, and let it go. Just let it go so that you can function well, so that you can be free of it. All right. So if you are struggling with anything that I've mentioned today, and your days seem really difficult, extremely difficult, please do consider opening up to somebody. If there's nobody around, or it's gone way beyond that point of you speaking to somebody because they just wouldn't even know how to deal with how you're feeling, then I believe that you should seek professional help. Okay, there's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. And please, if you are a man or woman or prayer, pray. I'm telling you, when you pray, it will strengthen you. I am strengthened today because of prayer. Seriously, I'm strengthened today because of prayer. Okay, so on that note, I pray that you are blessed. You have spent your time, and I'm so happy you came and spent your time with your one and only live speaker, Glenna Oyajo. Take care, Power Mouths.
But remember, what you reap is what you sow. Think it and believe it, you'll receive it.